we're live. I didn't even check the audio. Looking good though.
Hi.
Yeah. Woo,
Hi.
woo.
Quack.
Quack,
Quack.
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 All right. So hey, welcome back to another NFL cast here, the DukNilla cast, your number one stop for the best predictions of football.
Yeah, we had a
The
pretty
greatest
good
hot
week,
takes.
eh? Pretty good week.
Yeah, we
Greatest hot
both
take.
did really good.
Well,
You went 10-3. I did slightly better. We're not going to get into that too much.
yeah, that's good enough. Next.
I pulled back up to a 4-game lead.
Oh my god.
You got it down to 3.
The one, of course, had to be the one of the three. Had to be the one. I guess it had to be that one anyway. So,
which one are you talking about?
well, just any of them.
I guess we're going to get into it right now.
Yeah.
So, first off, today's going to be a pretty quick episode. We're going to, we both got our little chitlins going today, so you may hear some extra squawkings, especially mine. I can hear mine going nuts right now. I know you were worried about yours, but it's going to be mine.
They're quiet. I got a couple shows on. They'll last not very long, but we'll see. I
Got Coco Melon
yet, so
let's go.
No, they're watching Adley. A for Adley.
I'm glad I don't know that one.
They don't need a plug from us because they got it's a girl thing. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I don't know about that. First up, we have our first preseason game.
Mm-hmm. No, I guess we are watching something else. Go ahead. I'll mute myself. You keep...
Okay. So first up, we had our first preseason game with the Browns versus the Broncos. This one we both predicted that the Browns were going to win. I think this is real testament to how bad the Broncos are. We said their opponents had a combined record of 0-9. But
yeah, we're gonna give some credit to the Browns.
Yeah, who did they have play?
What did I keep telling you this game was? This was like
preseason
the Browns'
game.
fourth preseason game. We haven't gotten it. We finally get one in. Case Keenum actually played pretty well. He didn't lose the game. He played the game, and did well with it. Our biggest issue on this team is the wide receiving core. We're kind of non-existent right now with OBJ down and off the injury list. Landry got hurt again this game.
I feel like got hurt again. Somebody said OBJ
Donovan Jones
was
people
overrated.
did pretty good. Yeah, but I'm saying that is our weakest link right now. Offensive line, Jedrick Wills was back. He was a little bit rusty, but he did okay. We still have one off on our offensive line. I don't remember who it is, but I think we have one of them still injured. Baker got hurt again, so he's dealing with the shoulder thing. So we're kind of going through a lot of injuries, and I know a lot of teams are, but what I've seen with our team, it's a lot of our core starting team. No Chubb, no Hunt, but we saw who stepped up.
The O-line.
Dearness Johnson was a beast, in the running. So for sure.
And shout out to you. You said that guy was good like at the beginning of the year, and I'm like, Doug, I don't know this guy. Shush. Yeah. Be quiet. Shush your mouth. Get out of here. He's bad. I don't know who he is.
I've saw very little about him, but I could tell that he's going to be a good player. He was undrafted. He was a fisherman. Right?
Hey, now hold on. Let's not go too far here, okay? You do have a good O-line, and it's one game. It is the Broncos.
We go from a guy that's undrafted, played in the AAF, came in here. I don't care Broncos or not. And who was talking junk and talking trash the whole entire time on the Broncos D line? Their linebacker, was it? What's their the main guy there? Why am I blanking on this guy? Yeah, Von Miller. He was talking. He's going to sack Baker Mayfield 4 or 5 times. He was saying throughout Twitter and all this talk. He did nothing. He got hurt.
Yeah, he didn't even get a chance to.
Yeah, he was non-existent. He didn't even do anything to Case Keenum. So he was talking all this trash, and he still got ran over. Their defense isn't bad. Their defensive line isn't bad.
Trivia before we move on to the next one. Who did Case Keenum play for last year?
Browns.
Detroit Lions. All right.
No, he was in the Browns last year.
Case Keenum?
2 years. Yeah, he was 2 years in the Browns.
He was in the Lions. All right. Next up, we have the Panthers and the Giants.
Okay.
Are we looking this up yet?
Yes, we are looking this up. I
Let
need
me
to know. I thought he was with the Browns for
Let me know.
2 years in a
Go
row.
ahead. Let me know.
Mhm.
I'll wait.
Mhm.
Panthers, Giants.
Yeah, I was right.
My Panthers let me down. I was
He
wrong.
hold on. He never was on the Lions. Okay.
Case Keenum
2 years
wasn't?
for the Browns. He was on the Redskins for 1 year. 1 year for the Denver Broncos, Minnesota,
Who am I
the
thinking of?
Rams, Houston.
Who am I thinking of? Hold on.
I don't know. But you was wrong, bro. I'm just saying. Uh-oh. Okay. So he's been doing pretty decent. He had a good game. That doesn't mean he's going to be consistent in having those good games every single year. So I'm a little worried about not having Baker back. So if we get Baker back, that'll be a good thing. But next up is, hold on, we have a little kid malfunction here. Jets and the Patriots.
Yeah. All right,
Patriots. Come on. Dude, what do we talk about? What have I told you about this Jones?
Oh, hold on. I want to go back for a bit, just real quick. For the record, this is my first loss. I took the Panthers. They did me dirty here. This was supposed to be my team. Like Sam Darnold's supposed to help me up, and he's doing me dirty. I'm still not unsold on him, but he did me dirty. Remember that.
What did I tell you?
We're moving on. We're moving on.
No,
we're not moving on.
Just
moving on. The Patriots and the Jets.
He showed you. He gave you a little bit of hope, and now he's just dwindling, just like he did for the Jets. So there's nothing different. It's going to continue. Go ahead.
We'll see. But all right. Just real quick, Pats look really good here. Ooh. I mean, they only played the Jets, so nothing to talk too much about. You could look at the Jets looking a little bit better.
Didn't Wilson get hurt too in this game? He got
a little banged up. Yeah. We talked about this before. We believe that most QBs should sit a year, and this is a prime example of that. The Chiefs Titans. This is the hot one right here. I think this is the hot game to talk about.
Man,
Chiefs. We've said it here. I've been hyping on it that Mahomes need to sit down. This team's not the same team. I talked about their O-line troubles. This is how they got beat in the Super Bowl. People have found, the longer you're in the league, to be an elite level QB, you got to be able to beat when people adapt to you. People have adapted to this offense and to Patrick Mahomes in specific. And it's not looking good for them because it doesn't look like they're evolving. I talked about it last week where they get too anxious that they have to make a big play instead of just take the dink and dunk, take the 2 yards, take the 4-yard play, take the run play. If they're playing 2 high deep safeties, run the ball. And their problem is they're letting Mahomes do the RPO, and he's not letting the running back run. He wants to make the big play, and he's not making the plays. And that said, the Titans look all right. This is the Titans. They'll lose to the Jets, but they'll beat every other good team.
Yeah, no, this looked really good, and I think we could go back and say Kansas City should be 2-5 right now, even with the beginning of the season. The Browns, we can go back that far if we wanted to in that sense, but I don't even think this was a Derrick Henry game because they kind of shut him down a little bit more than he has been running. Right, he averaged 3 yards. Ryan Tannehill had a good game.
Henry still looked really good. I would say Henry did what Henry's the type of guy, he wears down the defense. He hits them hard. Pass. Yeah.
Right.
MVP.
That was awesome.
MVP.
But AJ Brown, 133 yards and a touchdown. McCole Pruitt had a touchdown. So Tannehill had a good game too. We got to give him credit on that. Yeah, he threw an INT, but he still overall had a good game. Tennessee.
I think this one's a quick talk. I just the Packers beating the Washington football team. Washington football team, a bit really high. I think if Fitzpatrick comes back, that might be the magical spark they need to start winning some games. But until that, I'm still super questionable. Then we had the Atlanta Falcons and the Miami Dolphins. I swear to God, every time I talk about this game, I feel like it belongs in London.
Right.
But it doesn't. And I took the Dolphins in this one. And I mean, losing by a field goal sucks, but it'll be what it be. These are two crap teams, in my opinion. So nothing special here.
Yeah, that
Next
was.
up, this one was a better game. This was the Baltimore Ravens versus Cincinnati Bengals. This is where Duck took his first L here.
Mm-hmm.
We've been
This was
hyping
rough.
up the Bengals. I told you, what did I say from week 1? Who would be the Browns' most difficult
Mhm.
opponent in their division? Who did I say?
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
I'm totally
Go
agreeing
ahead.
with that.
Go ahead.
I thought it was Baltimore, but yeah,
I
the
said,
Bengals.
who did I say?
We've
Hold on. Just who did I say?
I just told you Bengals.
I just want to hear it. The
Let me turn your volume
Cincinnati
up a little bit.
Bengals.
Turn your volume up a little bit over there. You can't hear what?
I've been
Get the
saying it
Mary
from
Anne's on?
week 1.
But I've told you even from last year. I've even watching from even when Joe Burrow got hurt that this was going to be a really good quarterback in this division. It was going to be tough for the Browns going. I didn't think it would be this soon. I thought we'd still have maybe half a year to a year before he really started kicking in. But that injury wasn't as bad as we thought it was, and he came off of it pretty well. And he's been playing really good. 400 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, interception. Joe,
Another.
he averaged a lot of yards yet last year too. That was a
Mhm.
lot of pass he had, but he had to pass a lot more last year. He's doing a little bit less this year. So,
This also showed that
but
the Baltimore Ravens are solely it's Lamar Jackson or nothing. This
yeah,
team needs more weapons around him. They need
running.
another
They're hurting on the
receiver, a
running.
running back.
Mm-hmm.
They need more, especially a running back right now. They are hurting, but
Yeah.
if they could get some pieces like that fixed, they're looking a lot better. Defense, you can't do much when your offense ain't clicking. Can't.
But if you look at that Jamar Chase though on Bengals,
Oh yeah.
oof,
That's part of the
that was a
connection
great
I
game.
talked about. I
Mm-hmm.
since the draft, I pointed out that this was such a good pick because these two already built, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase playing in college. They have that built-in chemistry, and it's showing. It really
Right.
does show. That usually takes a year or two for quarterbacks to build that chemistry with a new receiver. But now that you drafted that chemistry, and people were mocking the Bengals for doing this, but they look great. Now they're
Mm-hmm.
laughing.
Right. Right.
Next up, this game was very entertaining to watch. The Lions versus the Rams. The Lions scored first, kicked an
Mm-hmm.
onside kick, immediately recovered the ball. They faked like 2 punts. Pretty sure they probably faked a field goal at some point. Like
They're
they
faking
were
everything.
pulling all the stops.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, still couldn't get it done. But what's funny is they totally covered. They didn't let the Rams cover the spread, which was
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I text you in between this. I was like, I got a feeling Detroit might win this game, and it was kind of, I don't know.
when
I
the
don't remember
first
what
was
it was.
happening, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah, they were
they were
playing
winning by
really
like 10,
well.
and I'm
The
like,
first half was good. Even going in the third quarter, they were winning, and they just couldn't do enough in the fourth quarter to justify it. And that was hurt. And a couple Goff interceptions doesn't help either.
no.
Um,
I
you know,
mean, the Rams defense is supposed to be really. I mean,
yeah,
the
they're
Lions are
not.
literally pulling out every move they can, and the Rams are too good. You're not.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
a trap game though. This one, the Eagles versus the Raiders. This to me proved the Raiders might be better than we said when John Gruden left. That we thought they were going to be complete collapse. I'm curious to know if John Gruden had a talk with the team and they rallied behind that
Mm-hmm.
because something happened because they look like a rallied team right now
Yeah.
and they're looking pretty good. So
Carr's completion. I mean, 31 out of 34. That's amazing stats. 323 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And I knew it would be kind of a foggy couple of games after Gruden was gone, but this was a good game for them. I mean, I know it's Philadelphia is not playing good; they're up and down, in week to week. But this has been good. Good to see them doing well.
yep. Next up, just an odd score. 31-5. The Texans got a safety, which I'm like, well, who knows?
How
But
that
the
happened?
Cardinals, really good team. I mean, but you also
Mm-hmm.
beat the Texans. Not much to talk about there. Uh, the Broncos versus the Buccaneers versus the
Oh,
Bears, 38-3. Tom Brady, his 600th ball going to a fan. Mike Evans giving it to him. Might have
Right.
got gypped on what he received for an offer to give that ball back.
He
But
got quite a few things out of that.
yeah, well, later to find out, Tom Brady gave him a Bitcoin.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he gave him a
Oh,
Bitcoin.
dang.
He
He
got
even got
season
more out of that.
tickets for this
What?
year and next year.
Oh my gosh, he really made out.
2 signed jerseys and helmets from Tom Brady,
Well, hopefully, and I hope this
and
wasn't
some
like.
stuff from Mike Evans too.
I
Like
hope
it was.
this was out of them giving it, and it wasn't like, well, you gave me this, so I'm not. You know what I mean? Hopefully, he
Well,
was grateful with what he got.
originally he was just given like 2 autographs. He was like given like a autograph something and $1,000 for the store.
Yeah, gift store.
Like
yeah, which
like
is
gift.
still not bad, right?
It's not bad, but we're talking like as someone said, he gave away a house.
Yeah, but he was willing to give it back.
He gave away.
I'm glad he got some more stuff out of it. You know,
Yeah.
it just he wasn't greedy. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing of my thought process. I'm like, I would have given it back in a heartbeat. I'm like, oh, what are you giving this to me for? This is the big momentum for him, you know. And he even said he doesn't keep these things very much. So
Yeah, well, it was really cool for him to say too. He's like, how do you think for Brady? And that it was good to see that people came on and gave him something back, which is great. Next up, we had the Colts versus the 49ers. This is where Duck took his second L and we tied it up. This was just a rain bowl. That's what this was. It was just a rain game. Tons of running. I had Jimmy G and Carson Wentz in best balls, and it was just terrible. There was wind everywhere.
Fumbles and interceptions, and it was ugly.
Yeah, very ugly game, but it was, very enjoyable to watch. I may or may not have fell asleep during it. We're not going to talk about it.
No.
But the Colts look good. The Colts, I've said it. It's hard to judge a team too when you have weather like that, because there's some things you can't look at and gauge, so it is hard to say that, but good on the Colts. Another rain game.
It's good to see Carson Wentz come out injured on that game too, because
yes,
he's prone to that. And rain, slipping and stuff like that. So that's good to hear.
I projected the Seahawks to lose this game.
This game was just.
This is where the big boys pulled their pants up, and I took another W against you. Gave you another L.
We should have won. The Seahawks should have won this game. Come on.
Yeah,
you're
13-10.
An amazing stadium. You give it last second field goal to lose, right?
Yeah, again, I said the Seahawks wouldn't be 500 by the end of the year, and starting to prove me right.
I'm in agreement. I don't even think they're gonna be close to 500 the way they're playing.
I know
right
we
now,
talked about that
right?
before. And I was like, no, you wait to talk about this before we get out the cast. All right, next up, let's go real quick through the power rankings till we get to the top 10.
Okay,
and then we'll move on.
All right, let me pull it up here. I had it up, but it was not there. Yes. Have Ashton help you. I can't get it all right now. Okay, let me finish this, and then we can get those. All right. So stayed at the bottom. Houston Texans 32. Jets moved down to 31. Detroit moved up to 30. I'm good with that. Miami Dolphins 29. Jacksonville and stayed at 28. So did the Dolphins. Washington football team moved down 1 to 27. Philadelphia moved down 2 to 26. Carolina Panthers took a big dump, went from 19 to 25. All I see is them going down. I'm not a Sam Darnold fan, and I don't think he's capable of picking this team up.
Take your win while you can.
Unless they get their running back, right? So if he comes back, there's a potential of them getting up, but he can't do anything by himself. New York Giants moved up 3 to 24. Chicago stayed at 23. Seattle. Can you hear them in the background?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a hot mess over here. You know what I mean?
I told you we were going to have babies today. Go take care of the babies, baby. Oh, all right. Bring the baby. Where's the baby? Let's go, baby.
Right,
she's ready to help with the picks.
There she is. All right. See the birdies? Yeah. Seattle Seahawks stayed at 22. I'm surprised Seattle didn't move. They're still at 22.
Yeah, but biases. That's why they still have hope, but they're biases.
Right. Broncos moved down 1 to 21. Yeah. You want one? Okay. Atlanta Falcons moved up 5 spots, even though they won a dump bowl game, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moved up to 20. San Fran moved back to 19. New England Patriots moved up 3 to 18. I kind of see them moving up a little bit more. I know that this was against who they beat Jets, wasn't it? Yeah. So we'll see. Pittsburgh moved down again. We talked about that last week. Moved down to 17 from 16. Colts moved up to 16 from 18. Vikings moved down 1, 14 to 15. This is a big one. Kansas City Chiefs are now ranked 14 from 9, out of the top 10.
About
They're
time.
continuing to move. I think you're going to see some more of that until they, hopefully, I don't know when their break is. I think it's this next week. I think you might see some change after that. We'll see.
Another team
Brown,
gladly out of the top 10 right here.
hey, watch it. They shouldn't. They didn't even move again, right? This is like the meme of the Browns. It's the thing with them with the refs. It seems like every call goes against us, and typically it does. You can see and watch some of those about tape. But staying at rank 13, I mean, come on, you won a game. You should at least move one up. Saints stayed at 12. I think they had a bye week, didn't they? 4-2.
No, they beat the Seahawks.
Did they play? They had a bye week the week before. That's right. Excuse me. The Raiders moved up 4 spots from 15 to 11. So 10. Tennessee Titans are 10th. I'm a little surprised they're not further in the top 10.
Yeah, I'd have to look deeper into the list.
Yeah,
here
we're gonna get
why.
there and see. So we got the Chargers.
I definitely
at
already
9.
see a team I want lower, but
Chargers at 9. I would actually put them up ahead of the Chargers too, the way that they've been playing. The Tennessee Titans have been playing. They moved from 8. Baltimore moved back from 5 to 8.
I like seeing Baltimore leave,
5,
but
top 8, 10. What's that?
Mm-hmm. I would like to see Baltimore push back to probably 10.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Maybe even swap out with them in Tennessee. Bengals moved up 4 from 11 to 7.
I think that's okay. That. I think they could be a little bit back.
Further, right? Yeah, I wouldn't go any further than that, but yes, I think that might be. Green Bay stayed at 6. They're 6. Top 5 now is the Rams. Are number 5. They moved up from 7 to 5.
I think the Rams should be high because number 4 here is what I don't.
The Cowboys didn't. They had a bye, so they didn't play. So we'll see. I mean, that might change this next week. Buffalo moved back 1. They had a bye too, didn't they? And then they lost the Titans before. That's why they moved back.
Yeah, they lost on their little slip.
Got Tampa Bay moved up to 2nd, which I think they should be even higher than that. And then you have Cardinals.
I think it's 1. Right because I think Arizona is probably it's tough. I want to say Arizona's the better team, but they might not be.
I think Tampa Bay is. I still think they have been from the beginning. And it's just showing you that they're just continually moving the Tampa Bay back up and up and up and up. The Bears were lucky enough to miss. Yeah, Rob Gronkowski and Antonio Brown didn't play on Sunday. Mike Evans had a great game. Chris Godwin had a good game. So I think this should be number 1.
I think offensively, I think
Arizona hasn't. Yeah, Arizona hasn't lost, but I don't know. I don't remember exactly who every team they played. I don't know. So, yeah. I mean, it's getting better with his rankings. You know what I mean? I definitely would have some changes in this overall, but overall, it's much better than it has been.
Yeah. Next up, we have our weekly pick'ems. This is your chance to catch up, Duck. This is it.
We'll get there.
And I don't want this to be.
We're not even halfway through the season yet. Just
I don't want this to be. You got the kids on your lap. She distracted you this week.
This is actually my good luck charm. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
I mean, then that might be an unfair advantage.
Well,
You see,
we'll find out
you're
next
pulling
week.
out all the cheats.
I'm sweetening her up right now with sweet tarts. You know, to keep her quiet. You know what I
Ooh.
mean?
Well, we
Sugar
said from the
all
beginning,
hyped
we'll
up.
have kid. Remember, we talk about this podcast that we're dads, and first and foremost, we are fathers. That's what we do. So if we have kids, it's gonna happen. We're both stay-at-home daddies, so this is what we do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's
all right. First up for the week, though.
Right now.
First and foremost, seeing how you're behind, would you like to pick, or would you like to defer?
Well, what are we picking first? Let's see.
Thursday night. Packers, Cardinals.
Cardinals. Oh gosh. I'm gonna defer.
You want me to pick first on this one?
Mm-hmm.
This is the trap game. This is the one that I'm 50-50 on. I love the Cardinals. I think they're a great team. But I think Aaron Rodgers has magic. I'm ultimately going to pick the Cardinals, but here's why. And I'm going to sell it, and this is why Duck's going to pick him as well. Aaron Rodgers has Davante Adams on the COVID list, which also put Lazard on the COVID list. So Lazard is going to miss the game because he is an unvaccinated player, and their rules are that he has to miss at least 5 days, so he will miss the game. Davante Adams has to get 2 negative tests before, so he could be without Davante Adams as well, which is great news for us who have Randall Cobb in fantasy. But Cardinals at home, and with that said about the Packers, I have to go with the Cardinals. But this is one of those games that I could see being a trap because the Packers are. I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers. This is going to be a competitive game.
Oh yeah. I mean, not having Adams is huge. One of the best wide receivers out there right now, and it's not an injury. It's something questionable. I'm even without Adams, even without Lazard, if Cobb, I'm gonna go Green Bay.
I thought I was going to sell you on this.
No, you didn't.
Maybe I sold you when I said trap. As soon as I said trap, you might have been like, "You're right."
The Cardinals game, the last game, right? Wasn't I don't even remember the score or who they played last game. Why am I forgetting this already? Who'd they play? They played last week, right?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
They faced the Texans.
Oh, Texans, yeah. Texans, yeah, that wasn't much of a game. So I mean, they did give up a safety. Game. Yeah, doesn't matter. I think they're going to come in this game overconfident, and I think Green Bay is going to go in and win. We've seen Aaron Rodgers do so many amazing things. I think it's going to be a close game. It might be one of those last-minute drives, and Green Bay wins. I'm going with Green Bay on this one.
All right. So that's our first game. We side apart. Next up, we have the Bengals versus the Jets. You're up first.
I want the Bengals to lose this, right?
Yeah.
But I'm picking the Bengals. I'm picking the Bengals. The Jets are.
You're about to mess me up because I already wrote us both down for the Bengals. I'm like, there's no way he's taking. There's no way.
Yes. No, I'm just No, not with Wilson. Not even if Wilson was hurt, he's still not playing great, and it's just yeah.
All right, next up we have an in division game. I'm up. The Titans going against the Colts at home. This is one of those in division games where I always feel like you could go back and forth on. You play twice a year. I'm actually gonna go with. This is tough. I'm gonna go with the Colts at home. Because I just have a feeling the Titans aren't going to hold up. I don't think the Colts are a better team overall. I just think the Colts have pieces. And I this might be my bias because I really do believe in Carson Wentz. So I'm gonna go with the Colts, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans won this game.
I'm not a full comparison, but it's like when you were all big on Darnold,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of how I had the feeling of Wentz. He had a great year. He's been injured, and it's been a struggle to get back up. And he's been
Oh,
having some good
they're
games.
totally comparable to me. Yeah, I feel the
Yeah,
exact same on them.
He's up and down. I think Wentz is much better than Darnold, but I think Wentz has bigger ups and downs right now. I don't see them winning this. I'm going with Tennessee, and I think they win and have a decent game. It's an indoor game. It's Tennessee's. They can't stop the running. They're not going to be able to stop it. And if they can, Tannehill's having a pretty good season as well. So,
all right, next up we have the Texans at home hosting the Rams. Again, you get an easy pick to pick right away.
Texans and the Rams. Rams are at home, you said?
No. Is this even a choice?
Why am I even finding? Well, I'm trying to find
the Rams versus the Texans. Rams at home.
Oh, they're there.
Or no, not Rams at home. Texans
LA.
at home. Excuse me.
LA.
This is another one. I'm already brought us both down for the Rams. Like, are you really considering the Texans right now?
No, I'm going through my NFL pick watch, and
this is one of those trap. Like, I know we talk about trap game. This isn't even a trap game. This is just a gimme. This is put all your money, your chips down.
LA has 3 turnovers of fumbles and 5 interceptions. They're still going to win the game. It doesn't even matter what they. It just, we're good.
All right, next up, the Steelers versus the beat up Browns. Browns at home. I get to steal this one from you because I'm taking the Browns.
Well, you better pick. I'm picking the Browns too. The Browns are at home. They're going to beat the Steelers. The Steelers. We talked about it the other day. We were watching Roethlisberger, and he just was looking slow and old. Right? He's just not.
But remember, this is a division game.
Yeah, it don't matter.
I would not be surprised if the Steelers won because that's an in-division game, and that's how in-division rivalries go. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles going against the Detroit Lions in Detroit. You're up. Who you got?
I mean, they still even have Philly favored on this game. I'm gonna take Detroit. I think they played so hard and so well last week that they potentially should have won that game if they had a better fourth quarter. I don't think they're going to pull out all the stops like they did against that team, against Philadelphia, because they don't really have to. I think Detroit gets their first win right here.
Yep, I'm going Detroit as well. They have to win this. This is it. They have to win this. It's this or nothing. This is the game. This is where we get our W. All right, next up we have the 49ers versus the Bears. Bears are at home. This is a tough field to play in. I'm going 49ers, though. I just don't see the Bears. I mean, I could see a scenario where the Bears could pull this out, but I'm going 49ers. I still think Justin Fields is ready.
This is a tough one. I mean, San Fran is favored. They didn't play good last game. Neither did Chicago. When Chicago played crap against the Browns, the next game they played well or played better. I'm gonna go with Chicago. Home field advantage in Chi-Town. They got this. I'm going Chicago.
All right, next up is where I get my straight W. We have the Panthers going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta at home.
Straight W. Who you picking is what we want to know.
Your pick first.
Oh, I'm picking Falcons, 100%.
I'm taking the Panthers all day.
Are you serious?
I'm taking the Panthers by 2 touchdowns.
Oh my God! What? Okay, write that down because that's not even going to happen. Panthers aren't even going to score 2 touchdowns. How about that?
By 2 tutties. I for Panthers all day. All day.
No, you close.
All
This is
right,
gonna
next
be
up, the
embarrassing.
Dolphins going up against the Bills in Buffalo. I'm going with the Bills, pretty easy, I believe. But your
Them
picks
Dolphins,
lately would.
though. My wife sent me a picture from Florida. She had the Dolphins, right there in front of her on the boat. Dolphins are looking good, but I gotta go with the Bills. There's no chance.
I didn't
couldn't
write
even
you
come up
in
with
for the
someone else to
Bills
say.
yet, but
I couldn't even come up with something else to say about them. I'm like, no, they have no chance.
all right. Here's a good game. This is one. This is your pick. About time you got a hard one to pick. Patriots against the Chargers in. What are the Chargers in LA these days?
Yeah.
In LA.
I don't know if this is a really hard pick. Yeah, Patriots had a really good game last week. I'm going home team Chargers on this one. I think Herbert's gonna have a good game, and we got two young quarterbacks playing each other again, so I think it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I have a hard time picking this one. I think the Chargers are a really good team, offensively and defensively. What I think is going to make me take the Patriots, and I'm going the Pats here, and the reason why is because I think Bill Belichick is going to scheme a way to confuse Justin Herbert. That, being a second year QB, I think he's going to be able to confuse him. He's going to show him some things he probably hasn't seen before. And I think that's what's going to lead them to victory. But yeah, so I'm taking the Pats. Next up, my pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars going against Seattle Seahawks in Seattle.
It's a tough one.
I hate Seattle, so it's like I'm this is where I could see Seattle winning a game though.
Right.
Being 12 man at home, they gotta win. They need this win.
Is Russell back?
No, so I'm going
Still
Jags.
not back yet?
I'm going Jags, but I shouldn't.
I'm gonna go Seattle.
I shouldn't. So I'm gonna give you your free win.
I'm going Seattle just because I think they have a better chance at winning this
there's
game,
your free win.
even if it's Geno. Yeah.
All right, next up, your pick, the Washington football team going to Denver to play the Denver Broncos.
My pick, you said? Sorry,
Yes.
wife texted me. I didn't know. She's in Detroit right now.
Oh, snap. She's literally like 4 miles from me then. If that, maybe 2.
Some food. She was going to find some food.
She's at the Metro, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, but she's like literally down the block.
That's funny. That's awesome. Which one are we picking again? Sorry.
Washington football team going to Denver. Face Denver.
This is a tough one.
I know who I'm taking. I'm gonna write it down.
I actually I want to watch this game, because I'm a fan of Washington's defense. I think they're doing pretty well. Like we talked about, if they had some better quarterback play, we would see a turnaround with this team. I'm gonna go Washington.
I'm going Washington as well. I just don't see a scenario where they don't get this one.
I like Chase Young, on the
let me rephrase
defense.
that. I totally see a scenario where they don't win this one, but I just don't believe in the Broncos. Now, I will say this: you're playing in Mile High, but to me, that advantage hasn't been proven yet. Because every time I say that, the Broncos find a way to lose.
Right.
So I can't say that anymore.
They don't have a home field advantage like they used to back in the day. We're not seeing that right now, so especially this year.
All right, here's our first trap game. This is, to me, the real trap. This is the Buccaneers going to New Orleans, playing New Orleans Saints. I really do believe the Saints could win this game, but I'm not sold on it yet, so I have to go with the Buccaneers. But there's a scenario where I see the Bucks losing this game.
Yeah, I don't know what you're seeing. I don't I don't see that at all.
I took the Bucks, all right.
Brady is just but saying that just Like,
It's
what?
they're at home. That is a tough stadium to play
Yeah.
in. It's an in-division game. You play
How
them
many
two
times have
times a
we said?
year.
How many times have we said that throughout the year? Tough to play at
Who
home,
did
and
the
then their
Buccaneers
home
lose
team
to
gets
last
blown
year?
out.
The Saints. Granted, it was Drew
Yeah.
Brees, but
that's a big difference.
it is a big difference. All right, so I'm writing you down for the Bucks. I got it.
Yes,
Fine, whatever,
yes.
Bug. You know, I'm fine. I can't talk you out of it. All right,
No.
Cowboys going to Minnesota to face the Vikings. Who you got on this? This is a tough one too, I think.
This is at the new stadium there. Vikings have been decent this year. Cowboys are coming off their bye week, fresh, and we know sometimes coming off the bye week, you're a little bit still rusty. You know, we've seen a lot of teams just get trounced on that week coming in. And I can very well see the Vikings winning this game, but I'm going with Cowboys, and I'm probably going to take a loss on this one, but I'm still going to go with Cowboys because I think they're having a really good year. They're playing better than they have in a long time, and this is a primetime game. I think you're going to see some even some non-stars really step up in Dallas and get this win.
Both these teams coming off a bye, extra time to study. Vikings being at home is why I'm going to take the Vikings on this one. And Cowboys are really good though, but I've been really down on that. I think they're this great team though.
Dallas has got a good defense, and like I've told you before, you put pressure on Cousins, it's over. He can't take pressure. He gets flustered too easily out of most of these quarterbacks that are starting, and he does it quite often. We've seen it already this year, so I think Dallas gets this win.
It's very unfortunate that I have to pick this next one first because this is the trappiest of traps. Like, you're not gonna convince me not to take the Chiefs on this one. I'm gonna take the Chiefs, but the Giants. I mean, this is like a team that should beat another team. The Giants should lose this, hands down. There should be no reason that they win this game. With that said, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, there's no question on this one.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't talk you out of it.
There's no running game right now for Giants. Saquon, I think he's still out. Potentially still being out for a while. He's just continually being injured. Daniel Jones came back and did okay. Yeah, no, the Chiefs are going to win this game.
Tell them to take the.
Do you want the Chiefs or the Giants? Chiefs. Yeah.
No, okay. She said Giants. I'm putting Giants.
Giants.
Yep.
Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying both. You can't do both. So we're going with Chiefs.
No. Well, with that said, though, we disagree on a total of 7 games. We could have a big swing to this week. Duck could take the lead, even per se.
Well, we need that because we haven't been doing too well.
Well, with that said, let's talk about the games we disagree on. We are disagreeing on Thursday night. Cardinals versus Packers. That'll be our first one. Next, I'm taking Cards. You're taking Pack. Next up, we have Colts and Titans. I'm taking the Colts. You're taking the Titans. 49ers, Bears. I don't know how you chose the Bears. Then we have the Panthers by 2 tutties to the Falcons. Don't know how you took the Falcons on that one either, but that's your hate for Sam Darnold.
Not hate. Complete
disregard and disliking.
He's not a starting NFL quarterback.
Ooh, yes, he is. Get out of here.
That's what I'm telling you.
Get out of here.
Not even close.
Patriots versus the Chargers. We disagree on. I can't believe I'm taking the Pats over the Chargers. If you would have said this earlier in the year, we would have flip-flopped on this one. Then we have the Jags versus the Seahawks. Yeah, I took the Jags. I can't defend myself on that one.
I lost last week doing the same thing, so hopefully I don't lose 2 times in a row.
Yeah, then the Vikings and Cowboys. I took the Vikes. He took Cowboys. That'll be an entertaining one to watch, though.
It's going to be a fun game to watch. I'm excited about that one.
But with that said, we want to thank you guys for watching our podcast, listening to our podcast, however you view our podcast. We really do appreciate it. Today has been a very shortened episode due to the chitlins. Fatherly duties.
Yes.
We have a lot of fatherly duties. This is what this cast is about.
We're trying to fit it in, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we appreciate your patience with us and helping with us and listening, putting up with us. And we hope you enjoy the content. If you do, make sure you subscribe, follow, however it is, on YouTube, Twitch, wherever you watch the content at. We really do appreciate it. And until next Tuesday, we'll see you. And we'll see how big of a lead I grow on Duck. We'll see you guys next week.